the spotlight this morning. Get ready, we're tapping into the world of the afterlife with a psychic medium who travels the country to share his talents and insight with others. This morning, we're welcoming back Rhode Island native Matt Fraser. Good morning.
Good morning. It's great to be here with you.
Great to have you here. Since we've last seen you, you've been quite the busy guy. Tell us about what you've been up to.
Well, it's all about putting people back in touch with their loved ones who have passed on. And my show is called Medium with the Message, and I am a psychic medium. It's something that was passed on from my grandmother, who passed it on to my mother, and in turn passed it on to me. And right now what I'm doing is basically going up and down the East Coast, reconnecting as many people as I can with their loved ones who have passed on.
You do this through a lot of different shows. You have one coming up in Rhode Island.
Yes, and actually I'm coming to Foxwoods, but it's sold out January 25th.
Wow, that's
so
great.
I am coming back to Rhode Island February 1st. That this ticket's still remaining. And basically what it is like a huge family reunion at these events. It's amazing because people, I want to say, walk in skeptics. No one's going to just take your word for it that you're a psychic or that you're a medium or that you're connecting people on the other side. So what I try to do is provide validations. A lot of times when I do these events, there's names, dates, places, how a person passed, and very much
details that you wouldn't know.
Absolutely, because that's what they try to prove on the other side. It's their way of reconnecting with that loved one in the audience, letting them know I'm okay, I'm safe and at peace. And a lot of times people come to these events with questions about the person who had passed. For example, maybe they didn't get to say goodbye, or maybe they were taken in a way that there was still questions over their passing or things like that. And to see the people at these events just get so much closure and just feel so much comfort and so much relief. It's like when you talk to them, you just see the grief, just melt away as they're connecting.
That weight has been lifted, that's for sure. Lexi is joining us now, and was she someone, I mean, can you read anyone? I know sometimes with a hypnotist, only certain people can be hypnotized, but when it comes to readings, can everyone be read?
As long as there's a dead person standing behind them, I can read them.
Okay.
And basically that's what I do at my events. It's a good thing that you bring that up, is that I don't like to stand there in the room and just say, I feel a father coming through, or feel a mother. What I do is I'll go right up to the person and say, this is who I see behind you, your mom's staying behind you, your dad, your grandfather, your son, or your daughter.
So who was it with Lexi then?
It was her dad who was here, and definitely had urgent message when he came through, because the two of them were very close here in this physical world, because he told me, because he went like this, even though he told me that he passed he passed quickly here in this physical world, because it's almost like he just tells me like he drops, like he didn't even know what had happened when he had passed. And one of the things that he's saying is just about the fact that he was hoping to pass this message on to you today, to go and to erase the memories that you still have over getting the call of his passing and racing back to come and see him. Because one of the things that he had told me was that you were still feeling guilty, that you didn't get to talk to him and that you didn't get to have last words with him before he had passed. And one of the things that he said to me when I was off in the studio was just about the fact that he loves you very much, and he knows that you did everything that you possibly could to come in to see him when you had gotten the phone call, because I kept seeing you being rushed into the hospital, and just about the fact that you had gotten the news then that your dad had passed away, or that he was no longer with us here. And one of the things that he's saying is just about the fact that he is so proud of you, because the two of you, you shared everything. He tells me there was never a missed phone call with the two of you. You were on the phone 24/7, talking to each other all day long. And one of the things that he wants you to know is that you never disappointed him for once, any single time here in this world. And he wants you to know that he's your biggest supporter on the other side. And I feel like when I look at you, I'm looking right at him, because the two of you look like one another here in this physical world. And one of the things that he's saying here is that's my daughter, that's my daughter. He tells me that you still have a shirt of his, or you have clothing, do you understand? Because he's holding it up on the other side and saying when you're snuggled up to his clothing, or you have different shirts, know that he's with you. He's you don't need that to feel close to me. He's anytime you talk to me, he's I hear you still to this day. He's and I'm one of your protectors on the other side. And just like when I was here earlier in the studio.
I feel touched.
Absolutely. Thank you, Matt.
You're very welcome. And this is how it is. It's I never get a day to myself, no matter where I am. It's they're constantly talking to me.
Do they keep popping out to you and having a conversation?
Absolutely, especially when if there's an issue where somebody passed tragically and there's an urgent message, somebody didn't get to say goodbye, or they didn't get to, talk to that family member or friend that needs that comfort or needs that closure.
Is there a way then for you to escape? Are you ever kind of hang on a minute, I need a time for myself? Do you kind of put them on hold? Is it even possible to do?
It's really not possible, because you have to remember that I wasn't taught to be a psychic or a medium. This isn't something that was learned, right? It was how I grew up. So I always grew up, seeing and experiencing things that other people could not. So I'm kind of used to it. It's just how it is.
Oh my goodness. Very moving here. Thank you so much for joining us, as always. You can learn more about Matt or see this reading again on our new website, roadshow.com.